My darling child, I see the questions that you carry inside your heart, the hushed murmurs you throw into the night when no one is there to hear. -111. You wonder why the path I have laid before you seems so Stephen and forgiving. You question yourself whether I am still here. If I am, listening to the screams that emerge from the depths of your soul, know this, my dear one, I am with you now as I have always been, because my presence is unshakable, my attention never stress. In this moment, I see your heart is heavy with the loads you bear, and I feel the weight that appears to crush your soul under its unrelenting power. Life's difficulties have left you feeling overwhelmed, as though the universe itself has conspired to dump its woes onto your shoulders. Each day dance with fresh obstacles, and when the sun sets, you find yourself wondering how you can possibly face another sunrise. Under this pressure, you have taken on so much, haven't you? Your duties extend out before you, each task requiring more of you than the one before. You are tagged in so many ways. Your energy stretch out like the light of a faraway star, whether it's job, family, friendships. Type 1111 if you trust in God's timing and plan for you. And there you stand, attempting to balance it all with an elegance that sometimes goes undetected. 222. I know the choices you confront are not easy. The crossroads when you hold, wondering which direction to turn. You look at the alternatives before you, and sometimes they appear to melt into one big uncertainty. You worrying about making the incorrect decision, following the road that could lead to further grief or disappointment. Yea, even amid this uncertainty, I sense the strength inside you, the resilience that motivates you to keep seeking for answers. You question if I've turned my face away from you. Is the storm clouds roll in above, and the darkness and crutches? In the midst of your insurances, you inquire as to whether I am still here, and if you can still hear me. I am the hand that keeps you when everything else appears to be falling apart, and I am the voice in the quiet. My child, I've always been at your side, and I always will be. I know about your English, I know about your battle, every quiet cry that the world ignores, and every tear you shed find their way into my heart. I understand how difficult it is to trust when your life seems to be full with unending hardships. If you believe in the power of faith, type 122 and like this video, but realize that every obstacle you encounter is intended to bring forth the power that has been laid and inside you, not to shatter you. 333. You are being shaved, not crushed, by the way that seems like it is bearing down on your soul. Your so still is forged by the fire, which transforms you into a person with more love, compassion, and knowledge. The stresses of the outside world are not punishments. Rather, they are the instruments that help you discover your true beauty. You are not alone, even when you are weak. Therefore, don't be scared to trip or fall. I am closest to you when you feel like giving up, and your knees give out under the pressure. When you are at your lowest, I am the arms that hold you and raise you up. When you are unable to stand by yourself, you see, my darling, easy roads never lead to significant destinations. That your trip was never intended to be simple. The difficulties you encounter serve as markers to the bigger goal that you are still gradually realizing. Every hardship and obstacle serves as a teacher, pointing you in the direction of the knowledge you're so long to comprehend. If you liked our video and want to support us in our mission to spread divine teachings and cosmic insights, consider giving a super chat. Your support helps us promote these essential ideas and expand our community. A contribution of up to $10 not only shows your appreciation, but also helps us spread inspiring and transformational content to more people. Type 333. If you believe God is working in your life right now, keep in mind, my dear, that life is a tapestry with meaning and purpose, rather than a collection of chance occurrences. Every aspect of your life has been thoughtfully planned, and you're not here by chance. For 144, your struggles service the colors in this tapestry, adding complexity to the narrative of your revolving self. Know that I am communicating with you via the quiet. When you feel lost and alone, and your anxiety so drowning out my voice, I am the breath that keeps you going. When you feel like you can't go on, the quiet, little voice that whispers hope into your heart. I am constantly at your side, helping you navigate life in visible waves. Indeed, you are dealing with a lot at the moment, and it seems like the difficulties will never stop. However, I am for you to see past the difficulty and recognize the strength that is developing inside of you. Every challenge you conquer demonstrates your fortitude and capacity to weather any storm. The light within you is brighter than any darkness you encounter, and you are stronger than you realize. Therefore, don't give up. When the days seem endless and the nights seem even longer, and you feel like your prayers are not being heard, have faith that I am transforming your life into something amazing. By working in ways you cannot yet see, help us reach more people with Jesus' teachings. By giving us super thanks, your support helps make this journey possible. Type for 144 if you trust God to guide your path. I am here, my darling, nearer than your breath, leading you to the tranquility you so desperately desire. I am the all-powerful God who sees you, hears you, and adores you unconditionally. 555. Know that I am always by your side, regardless of how much you are carrying or how gloomy the night may be. You are my child, my creation, and my beloved, so I will never abandon you. I am the light that will lead you home. So even when you can't see the way, have faith in me. I observe the complexities that Icky your days as you navigate the labyrinth of your everyday existence. My dear child, I am aware of the complex web of obligations, choices, and feelings you deal with, which frequently makes you doubt your own resilience. You might feel as though you are lost in a fog, not knowing where you are going, and every step you take adds to your uncertainty. But I want you to know that there is purpose behind these difficulties you face. Every trial you face, every difficulty that rises before you, is a part of a grander design, one that is meant to shake you into the person you are destined to become. When you were a child, do you remember how you learned to walk? There was hesitation in those initial hesitant steps. Your legs chef, you were unsteady and you fell more off. And then you stood. Type 555. If you feel God's presence in your life, however, every stumble and fall was a teaching moment and a chance for improvement rather than a failure. You may not have realized it at the time, but with every fall, you were becoming stronger, more determined. 666, my kid. You see the same processes taking place right now, in ways you may not completely understand. Your struggles today are much like those early steps. In addition to living, you physically and emotionally scarred. They make you feel uneasy. Yet with each challenge you encounter, you grow a little stronger, a little wiser, a little more resilient. The obstacles that feel so overpowering right now are indicators of your development. Rather than your failure, they are reminders that you are moving forward, even when it feels like you are standing still, when all you want is serenity. I know it's hard to grasp why life must be so hard, and why the road must be paved with thorns. However, keep in mind that progress seldom mockers in comfort. Just as a seed must break through the hard ground to reach the light, so must you break through your own limitations to discover the light within yourself. You were one step closer to being the person you were always intended to be. With every challenge you encounter, why must I go through this? Why can't life be easier? You may ask yourself. I tell you this, because hardship forges your heart's resilience, your spirit's strength, and your compassion's depth. To claim your blessings, type 666 and like this video if you believe. It is through this moments of struggle that you learn the true measure of your own courage. Without these tests, you would not know the full extent of your potential or the power that resides within you. 777. Think about the instances when you felt most alive, most connected to the core of who you are. Often these moments were created out of challenges, times when you were pushed to your boundaries, when you confronted your worries head-on and emerged on the other side change. It is in this crucibles of life that your character is polished, like gold cleaned in fire. The process may be difficult, but it is also beautiful because it exposes your actual soul. I know there are days when you feel like giving up, when the weight of the world pushes too hard on your spirit. On those days when the darkness seems too thick to pierce, remember this: you are not alone on your path. I am with you, guiding you even when you cannot see the path ahead. Every step you take, no matter how tiny you're failing, is a step closer to accomplishing your goal. You see, my child, your problems are not without reason. They are part of a broader plan that is unfolding. Even if you cannot yet grasp it, life's trials are the threads that weave the tapestry of your life, each one adding color and texture to the tale of who you are becoming. Type 777. If you trust in God's plan for your future, what looks like chaos to us, in reality the precise design of your revolution, pushing you to the greater knowledge of yourself and your position in the world. Minus 188. Just as you learn to walk as a youngster, with each step strengthening your confidence, so too will you learn to negotiate the intricacies of your life. You will stumble, you will fall, but each fall will teach you something new about your strength, your determination, and your ability to rise again. The falls are not designed to defeat you. They are there to remind you of your resilience, to show you that you can stand up no matter how many times you are struck down. Do not drag your problems, my darling, because they are not marks of weakness, but of growth. They are the markers of your path, evidence that you are going ahead, that you are revolving. As you mature, you turn into a lighthouse for everyone around you, as well as for yourself, for others who follow similar paths. Your bravery and resilience in the face of hardship serve as a source of inspiration. I want you to know that you are stronger than you realize. During this trying times, when uncertainty sets, and then you start to doubt your mission, the difficulties you encounter are not intended to shatter you, but rather to strengthen you into a person of unwavering love and trust. Your intellect hasn't fully grasped what your heart has always understood, but it's getting ready for something bigger. Type 888. If you believe God is with you in every moment, life is more about who you become along the road than it is about getting where you're going. It's about the lessons you take away, the love you offer, and the inner strength you find. 999. Your path is distinct and full of experiences that are meant only for you, in order to teach you the lessons your soul needs to develop. Even if these times are challenging, embrace them, since they are the ones that will determine your future. You are my creation, my darling, and I have given you a divine purpose. It's not always easy to perceive that purpose, particularly while life storms are raging around you. However, keep in mind that the challenges you encounter are not intended to smother that spark. Rather, they are intended to fan it into a flame and transform it into a light that lights the road for others as well as for you. So, my kid, don't give up. Remember that I am here for you. When life throws you a curved ball, or the world becomes too much to bear, I am aware of your hardships, your anxiety, and your suffering. However, I also see your bravery, for the tube and lovely spirit that shines through every hardship. Have faith in the process, because it will bring you to a position of greater love, knowledge, and a life that is illuminated by your actual purpose. Type 999. If you know God is lighting your steps, I understand that you have been filled with questions, wondering why I let you get to this point of extreme overload. My dear child, you have questioned why I haven't stepped in to ease your burden and remove the obstacles that plague your days. 1010 during your quiet times. You question why I haven't intervened to simplify your life and take away the weight that feels too heavy for you to handle. These are sincere inquiries, the result of a heart that, in the midst of its difficulties, yearns for comprehension. I want you to know that I have not abandoned you to deal with these difficulties on your own. You're here. I see the person you are growing into is the result of these hardships, a more resilient, smarter, and stronger version of yourself than you ever imagined. Even when you can't see it, I can appreciate the beauty of your development. It is normal to want a life where everything goes smoothly and without difficulty, and to want for respect from suffering. However, you would never learn the full extent of your own power if I were to take away every barrier and difficulty from your path. When the darkness tests you, you won't be able to fully appreciate your bravery, the strength of your tenacity, or the light that shines brightest inside you. 1111. This very times of adversity shake the person you are becoming. All of your experiences and adversities are molding you into the person you will be when you look back and realize that they were all essential to your development, like a priceless gem that needs to be cut and polished to show off. It's true. Brilliant, you are being refined, my child. This is a journey that leads to the realization of your greatest potential rather than a punishment. You see, I'm examining not just your current self, but also your intended self. I see the strength within you that you are still unaware of. I see the wisdom that will light your path and the paths of those you touch, the compassion that will reach farther, and the love that will deepen. I see you in the future, the person who has endured the fire and come out on the other side with an unbreakable spirit. I want you to realize something very important, my love. These difficulties are stepping stones rather than obstacles. They are intended to lead you to the better comprehension of who you are and what your purpose is, not to stop your journey. The difficulties you encounter, precisely what will enable you to realize this special destiny I have predetermined for you. Type 1111 if you are ready for God's blessings to flow into your life They are not chance events. Rather, they are strategically positioned experiences designed to reveal your actual self. Your actual self starts to show when you are at the limit of your abilities and feel like you can no longer go any farther. 1,212. You find the strength to get back up when things seem the most hopeless, not because things have suddenly gotten easier, but because you have grown stronger. Life's hardships give you this strength and resilience, which no amount of comfort terries could ever give. I have let you get to this point because I know what you are capable of becoming, not because I want to watch you struggle. I sense the grandeur inside you. Even when you question it yourself, I believe in the strength of your spirit, in the brightness of your soul that shines brightest. In the darkest of times, you are being fashioned into something remarkable, something that can only be revealed via the challenges that life throws before you. The reality is, my kid, you are not destined to tread an easy route. Easy pathways seldom lead to someplace exceptional. Your journey is one of purpose, of change, and of the enduring strength. It is a journey that will lead you to realms of great insight and understanding, places where you will look back and recognize that every step, every difficulty, was an essential part of your development. To affirm your trust in God, type 1212 and like this video. Trust in this process even when it is difficult, even when it appears to make no sense. Trust that I am with you, leading you through every valley and over every mountain. Trust that each challenge you experience is not in vain, but is sculpting you into a vessel of light and love. You are not alone, and your battles are not for nothing. 1,313. They are the birth pains of a new existence, a higher self, a deeper purpose. I know that you have questioned whether I am still listening, if I still care when life seems overwhelming and harsh. Know this, my beloved, I am always here listening to every prayer, every tear, every hope that rises from your heart. I am here, not to take away the challenges, but to give you the power to conquer them. I'm here to demonstrate that you possess a strength that is stronger than any storm you will ever encounter. When you reflect on these times, you will see why they were required. You realize that every difficulty served as a lesson that brought you closer to your true self, and that every adversity was really a gift. You realize that the goal of the voyage was to learn how to turn suffering into compassion, power, and knowledge rather than to escape it. So, don't worry, my kid. Don't let the difficulties you encounter deter you. When the road looks long and the trip challenging, don't give up, because I am constantly at your side, loving, leading and molding you at every turn. I am here to remind you that how you overcome obstacles defines you, not the hardships you face. Keep in mind that you are my darling, and that every action you perform is part of a mission that was made for you. The difficulties you encounter are intended to highlight your extraordinary strength. rather than to shatter you. They are the trials that form you into the person I know you are meant to be, the flames that purify and the wines that shave. Have faith in the process in yourself and, above all, in me, because I am the light that will always lead you home and the vision beyond the difficulties. Type 1313. If you are ready to receive God's peace today, your super thanks helps us share life-changing insights from Jesus. Every contribution helps us inspire more lives. Be a part of this spiritual journey. Subscribe, activate the bell, and stay connected with His truth.